So there I was, minding my own business. Chilling in my truck, and I hear something on the radio. A familiar sound. Surely I had heard this before. But it was different. Gone was the sorrowful yet feminine Irish yodel, being replaced by a guttural, throaty, American-accented male. Not a problem. It was a lot heavier than the original, though. And that's okay. When you cover a song, you should turn it into your unique creation. But you gotta be true to the source material. Well, that's my beef. Now let's talk about it. I think it's super heavy to choreograph your rock moves. Do you think you had to practice that? Or did it just come natural? How to cover a song, Volume 1. Take, for instance, this award-winning cover of Neil Young's Keep On Rockin' in the Free World. Neil's message was about homelessness at large, and this cover is about homeless veterans. Different, and most of the words are changed, but the scope of the original is kept intact because the same issue is being raised, but in a different way. The beef with this cover. First off, don't go opening your cup about the troubles. Okay, but Dolores talked about it. But what the hell are the
troubles?
The troubles? The troubles. Troubles. Anyway.
So anywhere in the last 800 years is a good place to start talking about the conflict in the north. It was political. It's viewed worldwide as a religious conflict. I've never seen it in the context of religion. I've seen it in the context of the abuse of power by a unionist minority created in a statelet that they created so that they could have a sustainable unionist majority.
So the Troubles are not about a religious war between Catholics and Protestants. That's garbage. It's between two classes of people, English and Irish. And the Irish want the English off their island. The English tend to think that Northern Ireland is their island.
It's my island!
Indeed, Stephen. That's what both sides say. And really, both are right. Either way, it's about a pseudo-civil war that has been going on, arguably, for centuries. Aye, we Irish demand to be taken seriously. And know this, our demands will be met by God and Shade Almighty. So when we hear this line,
It's the same old theme in 2018 with their tanks and their bombs and their guns and their drones in your head.
what are you talking about? What theme of occupation and centuries of oppression and warfare is the same old theme in 2018? The Troubles are a unique brand of evil that have set neighbor against each other for centuries. Thousands of deaths over hundreds of years, ramping up and really getting ugly in 1916 as per the original lyric of the song. This video behind me is the Irish Civil Rights marches in the 60s. It's not Selma, it's not Mississippi or Alabama in USA, it's Ireland. Imagine having to ask for civil rights by a foreign power who you see as an occupying force. Zombie is a protest song used to call out the death and destruction of the singer's home country since 1916. From their perspective, the English are invaders and an aggressive occupying force. Is Dolores right? I don't know. I'm of Irish descent, and I tend to feel a wee bit of kinship towards those fighting for independence against the British. But those people in Northern Ireland and in Belfast want to be and are British citizens. I dare say these IRA chaps are terrorists of the highest order. Nay, they're not terrorists, they're freedom fighters. There's a whole lot of bad blood and dirty hands on both sides. So I really don't have an opinion on who's to blame or how to solve it. But Dolores O'Riordan, the lead singer of the Cranberries, totally dug the cover and was even going to provide some vocals for the band. That is true, and at first it made me think that maybe mine was an unconsidered opinion. After all, if the original writer of the beloved song is on board with the cover, why should I have a beef? That's a good question, man. Honestly, the original Zombie was all about a specific piece of history and circumstances that plagued the land of the singer's home. Cut to today, and you have a rock band taking all the iconography and emotion of the first song and placing it on a situation and series of circumstances that don't apply at all to the theme of the original, yet keep 98% of the lyrics. The official video itself lends scenes from the iconic scene of the golden lady in front of the golden half-naked children. Or are they silver? I don't know. Weird though, huh? Zombie was in response to a bombing in the North English town of Warrington that caused the death of 2 children and hurt over 50 others. It was the culmination of decades of war that was tearing the country apart and killing people with their tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their guns. So really what we are left with is yet another example of being manipulated by pop culture. We can all agree that the fighting in Ireland is terrible and needs to stop. And it has, for the most part. But this cover takes that righteous feeling of anger and frustration that the original song taps into and conflates it to modern day scenarios, manipulating the palpable hatred and focusing it into a place it doesn't belong. And then it conflates whoever is dropping the bombs and the drones to the violence that the original song spoke of, which honestly is a thinly veiled reference to the US government or military. I can only assume the singer is now making the USA the bad guy of the song, replacing the IRA as the ones causing the death of the innocent children. Again, which inspired the song in the first place. So the world loves to bash the USA, the world loves to hate on Trump and Bush for drone strikes, and this song is just another example of lazy writing, hitching their wagon to the hysteria of the moment with nothing new or interesting to say, parasitically feeding on the goodwill built up by the original artist to push some nonsense political agenda that has nothing to do with the original intent of the song. Usually people get upset when their art is hijacked for other causes and concerns, but not so this time, because apparently bashing America and Trump is seen as a virtue nowadays. And I'm sick of it, and that's why I hate this song. Or I'm totally wrong. What do you all think? Thanks for watching.